What's going on, wrestling fans? It's great to be back with you guys again. Welcome to another edition of Talk to and Wrestling, brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast. We got a lot to get into tonight, man. WrestleMania Night 1 was definitely one for the books. The showcase of the Immortals, the granddaddy of them all, the grandest
Sir.
stage of them all, definitely lived up to the hype on Night 1. We get to break it all down for you, give you guys our analysis of each match, tell you what we thought. And hey, we want to hear from you guys too, so let us know in the comments what you guys thought. Without
Yes.
any further ado, there's been enough talk. It's time to break it down. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Talk to and Wrestling. I'm the host for the evening. My name is Young Mark. Hey, man, I'm here, with my man, Big A. Dog, we made
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we made it, baby. We made
We made
it.
it to another WrestleMania. Crazy to think we here, man, but we made it. This is definitely one for the record books, wouldn't you say?
Facts. Facts. What a WrestleMania. What a WrestleMania. I mean,
It's a lot to talk about.
yes,
It's
sir.
a
Yes,
lot,
sir.
lot of good, bad, and a whole lot of ugly. So let's go ahead
Oh
and
my God. Yes.
let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, please don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss another episode of Talk to 'em Wrestling. And if you like wrestling amongst other sports, stick around and hang out with the Real to Sports podcast. We cover the NBA, NFL, WWE. Wish we could cover AEW, but the host the host ain't feeling very elite. So we go. But if you like sports and you like wrestling in general, come hang out with us on Tuesdays and Saturdays and chop it up with us. All right, Big A, you ready to go?
Yes, sir. I am all ready to go. I am ready.
We ain't got a title belt tonight.
You already know. You already know. YouTube. Acknowledge me.
Oh God, boo! We're gonna get to that when we cover night two,
Ooh,
man.
you just wait.
But
You
let's go
just
and kick this thing off here.
yes,
What
sir.
better way to open up WrestleMania than to have the United States Championship on the line? We
Ooh.
got the young gun, Mr. A Town Down, Big A's favorite theme song in all of professional
Oh,
wrestling, going up against the 15-time world champion, the one and only Doctor of Thugonomics, Mr. John Cena.
John Cena. John Cena.
Man, this match, I got to admit, was better than I expected. Cena, in theory, had a great match. Cena got off his usual moves. He hyped up the crowd. And good old A Town Down, Austin Theory, he showed me a little mean streak to him, a little nasty side to him. And,
Word.
and he used some underhanded tactics. But as the late, great Eddie Guerrero used to say, if you're not cheating, you're not
They ain't
trying.
trying. That's right.
so,
That's right.
so Austin Theory escaped the STF. He escaped because the referee got knocked out. He escaped the attitude adjustment and put Cena away with the A Town down for the win and retained his U.S. championship. Big A, what were your thoughts on this match you were watching?
First of all, the interest was just awesome. John Cena is he should really run for president. Like, John Cena is just an overall guy that you like. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't really a big John Cena fan because he was just always winning. He was always pushed
Big
down our
match,
throat.
John.
Big Max John, like he's always winning. But now that he's gone, I really appreciate John Cena because you know he was a hero and he was that Hulk Hogan and man he is deadly on the mic. John
Yeah,
Cena is like one of the greatest on the mic, and um, it was good seeing him out there. He could use a tan or two. He look a little pasty, but man, as far as like I said, the entrance, that was great, and the match, I got to give it to Austin Theory. He is definitely the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Only thing I don't like, Mark, is I don't like that he went to a heel more. I'd rather him beat John Cena clean because he's presented as the future of the WWE, and he need a big win over future Hall of Famer like John Cena clean. I don't think he should have went heel, but overall the match was okay. It wasn't enough to write home with. And another thing I admit, John Cena he was calling spots. I think I texted you. I was like, "You see, John?
Yeah.
He just spots left and right." Yeah, and I'm like, "Come on, John, you got to hide calling the spots, man. God, man, come on. Clothesline, tackle, come back, and you can hear him." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
John, bro, come on."
I can't lie to you. My big takeaway from this match, definitely want to give credit to Austin Theory and Papa H. Literally, I thought Austin Theory's career was dead to rights when he failed to cash in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But to Triple H's credit, he has literally built him up with more credibility than I think he's ever had in his career in the WWE so far. So shout out to Austin Theory for going through them growing pains and coming out through the other side, a much better performer and wrestler. My big takeaway from this match, not to be the Debbie Downer of everything, this was like the first time that I've seen the John Cena match where I feel like, yo, the end really might be near as far as like his in-ring career. Like he didn't have that same pop and explosiveness I've become accustomed to whenever he performs. He definitely, I think, is showing the effects of like, not really being full time like he used to be and being in Hollywood. So I think definitely that my big takeaway from this match is without a doubt, we got to start cherishing whatever appearances we get from John Cena going forward.
Absolutely.
The other thing I'll say is that it was definitely cool when he did do his entrance. Cena always does something big for WrestleMania. It was kind of cool to see a different take on his WrestleMania entrance, but with him having the Make-A-Wish kids out there with him, because his philanthropy is very big with him, and it's nice to see him continue that tradition no matter what. He's always going to get back, so that was definitely cool. So Big A, if you had to rate this match on like a grading system like how they used to do in school, like A, B, C, or D, what would you grade this match?
I would actually give this a B.
Okay.
I would actually give this a B. And like I said, I knew it wasn't going to be a whole lot. John Cena's going on 50 years old. He's not going to give you a 5-star match. I knew he's not going to be United States champion. I mean, but the athleticism, he still had the 6 moves of doom. What up, Chris?
What's going on, man?
What up, Chris? Rock is in the building. Rockstar Rock. What up,
yes,
Rock?
Sir.
Rock. What up, Rock? But yeah, man. John Cena, man, for the most part, saying 6 moves of doom. I'm really. I know you was really promoting Austin Theory, man. I was like, I just can't get over that theme. But it's starting to, believe it or not, it's starting to grow on me just a little bit because he's fitting it, and I like when he come in and the camera is on him, like on him and stuff, and he's talking and he's psyching himself up. Okay, all right. So I'm starting to feel the 8 time now. All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Shout out to him. But I give it a B. It was great. It was great for what it was.
If I had to grade this one, I'll probably go C plus on it.
Okay.
Only because again, like Cena looked like he had lost a little bit of a step. That was the main reason for taking it down. And then, like you said, him calling out the spot so much. I'm gonna be honest with you. This felt like a match that you would have seen back in the peak Vince McMahon era. This seemed like a match you would have had on like the pre-show, and that's what it felt like. It felt like a a pre-show match to me. So
Oh,
I would
absolutely.
I would give it a C plus. The crowd was like hype, but they weren't really like hype. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
It
right.
needed
Wasn't
some Mojo Rawley in there.
no, no. And I like how Triple H didn't make John Cena the super focus.
Yeah, all the attention was on Austin Theory,
Yeah, yeah,
as it rightfully should be. He
yeah.
is the future of the company. So
Exactly. And
I
he's the
ain't mad
champ.
at that.
And he's the champ. Gunther.
We gonna get there,
Philly
Philly G.
G.
What's up, though?
PCW's in the building.
Shout out
Chris
my man
says,
Lee Turner, dog.
word up. As soon as it grows on you, Vince changes it. Lord have mercy.
I don't know, man. Whoever they got doing theme songs nowadays ain't been hitting on too much lately.
No, it has not.
Bring
Bring
back Jim
back Jim
Johnston.
Johnston. Yeah.
Same page, bro. Same page. Or
One
at least
band,
bring back
one
CFOs,
sound.
bro.
At
If not Jim Johnson, at least give us CFOs again. You know
least,
what I
man.
mean?
CFO was all right. I mean, good
Yeah.
gracious. Imperium, Absolute Power, PCW, Philly
Yes, sir.
G. Philly G. Rock said AEW. About to take back over. Yeah,
For
yeah,
real. For
yeah,
real.
yeah. I
For
agree
real.
with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Okay, Mr. President.
So now we're getting to what I feel like really was the opening match of WrestleMania. This is the match that had my blood pumping, had my energy flowing, and was actually a lot better than I expected it to be. And that's the WrestleMania Showcase match, the men's WrestleMania Showcase. You had Ricochet and Braun Strowman, you had the Viking Raiders, you had Alpha Academy, all going up against my boys, my dogs, the Street Profits, and what was really like a hugely entertaining Fatal Four Way Tag Team match. One of my favorite moments in the match was when Strowman was running around the ring doing the Strowman Express, taking everybody out. And my boy Angelo Dawkins came out of nowhere and said, "What up, though?"
Hey, and bro, when he did it, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Angelo. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I was hyped on that.
I
I was hyped
popped,
on that.
man. I ain't
Me
gonna lie
too,
to you, I
man. I was
popped,
hyped.
bro.
Yeah, I like that one, yo. That was off the chain, yo. I
Shout
like
out to
that
the
one.
Dark Father, but
That's a
that
fact.
match was pretty darn dope. You had all the high flying spots, the big men getting their showcase. Everybody felt like they had a moment in the spotlight to show off what they could do, and
Facts.
like I texted you, the showcase match lived up to its name. It definitely showcased
Oh God,
all
yeah,
the talent involved. But Big A, what's your analysis? What do you think of that match?
man, bro, awesome, and something that it brought a fresh air back to tag
Mm,
team wrestling match. That Tower of Doom spot was
right.
the greatest I've ever seen. That was just greatest. It was spots all over the place. I that was a definitely a enjoyer type match. I really enjoyed it. Um, what good point? I don't know if I may take a heel for this, but
Okay.
I like Chad Gable.
That's not a
Oh,
heel
I'm sorry.
take.
Oh, huh? You don't think
That's
so?
not a no
Okay, okay.
no.
Because a lot of people don't like him, but I do. And for him to do that chaos theory on a almost 400-pound man was insane. Yo, Chad Chad Gable, Dawkins with a spiral in the match, no doubt.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, Chad Gable needs a run.
yeah.
I don't even necessarily need a title run. If you want to, but Chad Gable he needs something because he is great. He
Oh
is
yeah.
really, really great. But all in all, man, that match was very athletic. They came in, they did what they had to do. They had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hand.
They did.
They had me sitting on the edge of my seat because I knew when a big match like that, you know Ricochet is going to pull out all stops, him or
Hmm.
Montez Ford. And I think it was Ricochet's night because he really did his thing. But all in all, man, it was a great tag team match, something that we need as fans to see. It's more tag team wrestling. That was really awesome. I was with it.
I couldn't agree more. Literally, hats off to everybody involved, and hats off to Triple H and the creative team for putting that together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It felt like it wasn't just like pigeonholed into the card just to give them something to do. Like
Right.
even though like there was no title on the line, like no like number one contendership up for grabs, or anything like that,
Hmm.
it still felt like a very high profile, high stakes
Yes,
match. Thanks to
absolutely,
the passion of those involved. Um,
absolutely.
I don't know why somebody would hate on Chad Gable. I feel like he's given the WWE every reason, checked every box as to like why he
Yes,
should be more prominent on the show.
yes,
But in all seriousness, I just think that because of his size, that might be why. But
yeah.
I mean, if you ask me, the dude literally, and I mean no exaggeration when I say this, he literally is the second coming to Kurt Angle, in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah, absolutely.
In the way that he has that traditional amateur wrestling background, but made it translate to sports entertainment. He's good on the mic. He can play any character you need
Yeah,
him to,
yeah.
and he can have a great match with just about anybody on the roster. It
Yes,
seems
sir.
like so.
Yeah, and he's an annoying heel, like Kurt Angle was. That annoying little heel, especially when Kurt Angle was doing that whole Triple H Stephanie type thing. You just annoying. It's
Yeah,
annoying heel. Dawkins blew Strowman up, and Chad Gable has always been the truth. Absolutely,
facts. I really wish that when they did the
I
whole
agree,
Kurt
Rob.
Angle illegitimate son storyline,
Yeah,
they would have chosen Chad instead of Jason Jordan.
yeah,
But but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Chad, oh
whenever
man, it's awesome.
whenever it's time for Gunther or Austin Theory to drop their title, I think Chad should be the first one in line.
He should,
Just let
man.
just let him and Mustafa Ali tear down the house. You know what I mean?
Let's take my money. Take my money. Take it.
That's
Yeah,
not to get on a soapbox, but I feel like that's one thing that's kind of been forgotten about in WWE that's appreciated in companies like AEW and ROH. Sometimes it's not always about the entertainment part of it. Just let your two great wrestlers go out there and have a damn good wrestling match, and the
absolutely.
audience is going to be into it no matter what.
Absolutely.
And I wish WWE would do that more often, but
Absolutely.
we'll see.
I
we'll
know.
see.
I
Big A,
know.
what's your grade for this match? What would you give this match?
I'm going to give it an A. Solid.
Okay.
Now, I seen really no mistakes. The crowd, it was, I mean, it wasn't like, It was, the whole time. Like a roller coaster. He was just high the whole time. No pun intended. But, I enjoyed it, man. From, it wasn't really no elaborate interests or anything like that. Everybody came down, did the thing, blah 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 blah. But man, this would have been a serious mark. This would have been a serious, great money in. I mean, TLC type match with those guys. Like hang the titles from the rafters. Something that they got to do. Something they got to get at the top of. I would just love to see something like that coming from the guys. But all in all, man, A all the way. A all the way.
I got an idea.
Oh,
Vince, Triple H, if you're listening, hear me out.
talk.
So over the course of the years, we've seen the men's Money in the Bank.
Mm,
We've seen the women's Money in the Bank get introduced. You
mm.
think it might be time for a tag team Money in the Bank briefcase?
Let's go. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Make it a
And put
tag team Money in the Bank match.
put those guys in it.
Yeah,
They put those guys in it. Good lord.
I think that'd be pretty cool, and it'll give you a chance to not only give them extra time to do something, but also help show the audience who you think the next tag team is going to be.
Absolutely.
But if I had to grade the match, I would give it an A for sure.
Mm,
I really can't find too many faults in it. It was what you didn't have, like the elaborate pageantry of the entrances, they
mm,
more than made up for with the actual wrestling. And on a wrestling show, it's what you need sometimes. So definitely gets an A from me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, now is everybody ready?
Uh-oh. Oh.
The match that had some people like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. We got to talk about it. The internet sensation, Mr. One Lucky Punch, Logan Paul,
Yeah.
against the Monday Night Messiah, the visionary, the architect, Mr. Burn It Down, Seth freaking Rollins.
Bro, bro,
there's so much to break down this match.
it is.
If I can, I want to start with the entrances.
Yes,
Big
sir.
A,
Yes,
what
sir.
did you think of the entrances
You
of both
read
these
my mind
superstars?
perfectly, sir. You read my mind. That Logan is good.
Yeah,
It kind of, it kind of, But I'm gonna be honest with you though. Anybody that get on stuff like that, it just bring on heart vibes to me.
I ain't even gonna
It,
lie to you. I thought I was the only one thinking that.
yeah,
Yo.
yeah, that shit shakes me up, man, because it's like, oh man, please, like, I hear you talking, you all cocky in the crowd, just be calm, just let him down easy, y'all. Just and when he got on the ground, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Seth Rollins, man, I'm telling you, this is the greatest Seth Rollins character. I like the Messiah, that was cool. But this is the best. He's actually having fun, and he's
Mhm.
actually in his character. And for the guy to come out with an orchestra, or I mean a maestro, I'm sorry, a maestro, and the maestro and the again the crowd plays so much into this, Mark, because the crowd was actually going on with the maestro. He was actually directing them from this side to the middle to the other side. Unbelievable. It's like Chris Jericho vibes.
I
It's like they march to the beat of his drum, and which
ain't
is
mad at it.
insane. And for him to come out, man, like that, he had this big. I don't know what the paint was for, but man, just awesome entrance, man. Probably
Oh yeah,
one of the best, top three out of the whole mania to me.
for sure. Logan Paul's entrance was giving me it was a mix between, like you said, the Owen Hart situation. May Owen rest in peace, and
Mm-hmm,
also it was giving me the Shawn Michaels vibe, like before he
mm-hmm,
did the Iron Man match against Brett.
mm-hmm,
Uh, what can you say about Seth Rollins, man? I mean, literally, I feel like if you had to build your ideal wrestler,
mm-hmm,
Seth freaking Rollins would be it. He has the showmanship to cater to the sports entertainment, like traditional WWE fan. He can
mm-hmm,
go in the ring with an unorthodox style that
mm-hmm,
appeals to diehard like independent fans. He
mm-hmm,
got this hard hits to appeal to the Japanese strong style, like
mm-hmm,
whatever flavor of wrestling you like, Seth Rollins can deliver for you. So,
mm-hmm,
and it showed. His entrance alone definitely WrestleMania worthy, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But after they
mm-hmm.
finally made their way to the ring, the elaborate entrance and everything, the match got going. It was pretty good. I felt like Seth definitely showcased Logan. Logan got to get in some big spots.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the frog splash that Logan did to his partner to the announce table was pretty cool. I really liked that one. Uh, Overall, Big A, what did you think of the match? What did you think of the action? Was there any spot that stood out to you?
Yes, the I like the false finishes. I like the oh man, I thought it was over when he gave, well, not over, but I thought the end was near when he did with the pedigree. I was like, oh
Oh
snap!
yeah,
Like, but Logan Paul, man, WWE really needs to sign this guy again because I think his contract is up.
yeah. It
Uh,
ended after Mania.
yeah, so I think WWE need to sign this dude. They need to sign him because Logan Paul has put on banger after banger after banger. He
Word to
did it with
Sheamus.
facts. He did it with Reigns. He just did it with Rollins. He did it. He beat the Miz. Ooh, I
Yeah,
mean,
him and Miz had a great match. So
that was
that's
a good
telling you
match.
something.
It
That's
was. It
telling
was.
you something.
That's a fact, and it was good, man. And how he nailed that right hand on Rollins. Oh my God, that was just great, man. That was great, and of course, the prime bottle spot outside of the ring, great, just
Yeah,
great. The timing was awesome. Logan Paul, he drinks it. He's not even looking, and he just jumps, bam. I mean, Seth Rollins is pulling. I mean, just great. The timing was great. Those two got great chemistry. I knew they was going to put on. Now it wasn't a match that. I mean, it was a good match, but it wasn't like I thought it's not a tear the house down.
Hmm.
They didn't really tear it down like I thought they was going to tear it down, but they was close. It was really good, and I really
So
enjoyed
if
it.
you had to put a grade on it, what would you give it?
I will give it. I'll give it an A minus
Okay.
because the emotion was in it. The finish was good. Logan Paul, he held his own. I actually thought Logan Paul was going to actually win at one time. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
that would have continued the streak that Seth Rollins has been on lately.
Yeah, yeah, but then again, yeah, it wasn't. It's not time for Rollins. Rollins needs to actually need to be elevated, uh, because that character is just alone. And then he dropped the U.S. title to Theory. So, but anyway, but yeah, I give it A minus, man. I really enjoyed that match too. And the crowd, again, the crowd is the MVP. They the
For sure.
MVPs. Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth, low key. I would give it a solid B plus. Just because like the in ring action was dope, the entrance was dope, but like from a storyline perspective, I wasn't really into it all that much.
Mhm.
It didn't really hit home for me. But I think the real travesty for me is the fact that like Seth has been on such a hot streak over the last couple of years between the character work and then especially his in ring work.
Oh yes, sir.
It really is a shame that like this was his first win at WrestleMania since 2019.
Yes.
That's crazy to me. And also just to think like he didn't really have a conclusive end to his match with Roman Reigns to the world title of the Royal Rumble last
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
And I feel like it's kind of a travesty that he hasn't had another title shot since.
Hmm.
He's been
Hmm.
like in the upper mid card trying to elevate that, which I applaud him for being humble enough to do that. But
Hmm.
I definitely feel like after this feud, if I'm the WWE, I'm trying to elevate Seth Rollins back into that main event scene and keep him
Well,
there
absolutely.
for the foreseeable future. But hats off to all involved. From an in ring perspective, it definitely overshot my expectations in a good
Hmm.
way. So I ain't
Hmm.
mad at it.
Absolutely.
So from that high to one is like I ain't gonna lie.
I
This is my let me see what the XFL got going on here. Uh, we got
said
the
I
trip.
got to go to the bathroom.
Next up, we got the 6 woman tag match
Oh
between
boy.
Damage Control, Bailey, Io Sky, and the gang going up against Lita, Becky Lynch, and Trish Stratus. So, host, I'm gonna let you go at it, man. What did you think of this match?
You gonna give me the bad stuff? uh, this match sucked. It just sucked. I'm sorry. I know people like women's wrestling, but let me tell you. Let me tell you what I think. And you know, we talk wrestling, man. Bailey, well, from what I heard now, she needs to go. But Bailey does not need to be with Damage Control. She first of all, she's the biggest of the two, of the three. She's the biggest. She's the biggest star. She does all the talking. I suggested that she just to go baby face, because you need more baby faces now. Becky Lynch is like the top. Well, Bianca Belair and then Becky Lynch as far as baby face. You need a baby face. You need a baby face over in SmackDown. So I said take her over there, man. But anyway, as far as the match, man, women. Can I say this? I think women need to they need to let Triple H work more with the women, because he really, really evolved the women's wrestling over in NXT when Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Becky and Bailey, and you know that was the women's evolution. They need to go back to that tournament, the Mae Young tournament, Mae Young Classic. They need to go back to that. These women, they really need to. They just, man, just I don't know, man. It's just no. First of all, this match didn't have any heat, bro.
Mm.
Like, it wasn't no heat. It wasn't really no storyline. When you got heat coming from, coming into a match like that, the crowd is just like, is it over
You
yet?
could tell by the crowd reactions, like because like you
Yeah,
had texted me,
they
it was
got
like
crowd
crowd
crickets.
crickets.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got crowd crickets. Yeah, it was just bad. It was, botch here and there, here and there, here and there. Um, I wasn't feeling it, bro. I just wasn't. I just wasn't. Even Philly G said, "Yeah, it did suck, man. That match sucked." And I hate to say it like that because I like women's wrestling, but this is, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. But this is the results of not having Sasha Banks and Naomi, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is exactly why they walked out.
yeah, yeah, man. This bad. It's bad, 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 bad. What you think?
I understand the need to have legends at WrestleMania because it is the showcase of the immortals, and you literally can't talk about women's wrestling in any company without mentioning Lita and Trish Stratus.
Yeah,
What they did for women's wrestling is, it's in the history books. Um, I personally feel like the real story should have been Bailey versus Becky for
yeah,
them to finally have their showcase blow off match at
yeah,
Mania. Let Damage Control and the Legends be a supporting cast, if you will, but
yeah,
let the two of them just go out there and have a wrestling match.
yeah. I agree.
That's really all the storyline you needed right there. From Bailey winning all the championships and being, the woman since the time she arrived to Becky having to force the spotlight on her and
Yes.
showing off and going through the grind that she did to get to the top.
Mm-hmm.
The storyline literally writes itself. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wish they would have gone with that instead of what we got. Um, but it is what it is at this point. We're gonna see what has to happen with damage control because if you listen to the wrestling beat writers, word on the street right now is Bailey might be looking for her exit. So
Uh,
if Bailey leaves, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with damage control, and I think just the women's roster in general kind of needs a little bit of a reset.
it
I
does.
feel like, again, no disrespect to anybody involved, but you could have had Piper Niven out there giving her a chance to showcase what she can do.
Absolutely.
Or even hell, even Carmella if she wasn't hurt, Tamina, Natalia, like you have legitimate women's wrestlers on the roster,
Let me ask this question here, and nobody really wants it, but where's Nia Jax?
they haven't re-signed her.
So
She
she
had the
came
one
back for
off.
the Rumble. That was it.
She had the one-off appearance of the Rumble, but they haven't re-signed her. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I love Nia, but I feel like her spot in WWE has been taken by Piper Niven
Oh yeah,
because Piper is a not only she fit that dominant like heavyweight heel type mold, but also no disrespect to Nia, I love her dearly. That's my wrestling wife, but Piper is a
mm-hmm.
is a better wrestler in the ring than Nia is, in my
Oh
opinion.
absolutely.
So
I can actually repackage my Nia Jax. I
repackage
really
her
can.
how?
I will I'll make her definitely a heel. I'll change her theme. I think that her theme needs to go.
Hmm.
She's too big and too dominant to have that.
You just want to change everybody's theme song at this point.
Yeah, but it doesn't. She's booked as a monster heel, but she coming out to no. She need to come out to something like Omos. Doom, doom, doom. Like King Kong or something like
Kind of like
something like that.
what they did with like Tamina when she was prevalent.
Yeah, she need to change. She just need to change, and she needs a valet. And you know who valet she needs? A heel, Alexa Bliss. You know they got chemistry, but they jacked it up.
Yeah,
Put Alexa Bliss as she's a great talker, horrible wrestler.
here you go. Here you go. I can't be mad at it. I just personally feel like if I'm if I'm Naya, and I know you ain't gonna like this,
Mm-hmm.
I would be looking at somewhere like Stardom in Japan
Yeah,
or
yeah. I
Impact or
agree. I
AEW,
agree.
where
I
she
agree.
would be a big fish in a small pond
Yeah.
and truly stand out.
Oh
Because
man, and
can you imagine like
AEW
her,
against her and what's the girl name? No,
Nyla Rose?
yes, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Or can you
Holy
imagine
smoke!
like I don't know if you're familiar. Like, can you imagine a woman of Naya's stature with a Japanese strong style going up against somebody like Riho? You know what I mean? Like that dynamic would create some magic, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
uh, we gonna see. I think that women's match is definitely.
terrible.
I think it's safe to say it was definitely the worst women's match of the
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania weekend.
yeah. This first match of on the card. It was definitely a piss
Philly
break.
G says he's been a fan of Piper since NXT UK. He hated the Dewdrop character. When they brought her back as Piper, he felt whole again. I agree
Yeah,
with you,
I
and
agree.
I think that's a sign of Piper's abilities. Because like even though she had a horrible name in Dewdrop,
Yes, yeah.
Mama still made it work. You know what I
Vince,
mean? She
Vince. No, actually, that was Bruce Pritchard.
whoever gave her that name, you tried to bury her and it didn't work. So
Oh God.
hats off to Piper for the ability to overcome that bad gimmick and that bad name.
It,
That's really a sign that she's gonna make it in the business. If you
it,
ask
it,
me.
and real quick before we go on, man, can we get some NXT UK back? Holy smoke! What
Uh,
happened, bro? Yo, I watched it, and yo, that show was off the chain. That
NXT
show was off the chain.
UK was what gave us Rhea Ripley. You know, it's what gave
Facts.
us
Elio,
Piper and
Elio. I always mess his name up, but he's good. Gunther, Pete Dunne, Mustache Mountain.
I honestly think it was a logistics issue why they dropped
Jeez,
it. But what do I know?
I know, right?
But on a much lighter note, now that we got the bad stuff out of the way,
Mhm,
next match up on the card, Big A,
mhm,
for only the second time ever in WrestleMania history,
mhm.
father takes on the son.
Mm.
Ray versus Dominic Mysterio,
Oh my
1-on-1.
gosh. Yeah.
Talk to me,
Yeah.
Big A. How'd you
M-
feel about this one?
Man, dude, I gotta get it. I gotta give it to Dom. I gotta give it to him, bro. He has evolved very, very fast. The interest was off the chain. Him coming
Mm-hmm.
into paddy wagon is what they called it back in the day. Coming in with the Rey Mysterio mask on, looking like a prisoner. Yo, and the cops was just like walking him through the crowd. Great entrance. Great entrance. Ray, y'all know where I'm going with this one. You know where I'm going with this one. Uh, they lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So Snoop Dogg, low rider. You know what I'm saying? Get the low rider, and man, bro, Mark, I popped like a little schoolgirl. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I heard that lie cheating still hit the PA, bro, I
son,
was like,
son,
yo,
son,
I said, yo, keep it, play it, yo. But I keep playing it.
son.
And I was like, and he stopped it. And I hear the booyaka, booyaka. I'm like, oh God, come on, Ray. You had like 10 stars on your entrance until I heard the booyaka. Then it dropped down to 6.
You don't like that one either, bro? That's the
Yeah,
kid's
it's
favorite.
okay, man. But man, we haven't heard Lachi and Steel since Eddie passed, and you come out to that in LA. Oh man, come on. Oh man, I was with it. I was with it. I was with it. I was with it, man.
What'd you think of the match itself?
The match was good. It told a great story. It told the story, lived up to the story. Family, and I like the mother. She slapped Dominic, and the defying son, and Ray coming over to um, teach his son a lesson about disrespecting his mother, and that was good. The sister was involved, Alea.
I got something for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sister got the water in her face. That was good too. My part of the match I like when Ray took his belt off.
That was traumatic for me.
Yeah, I like because it's telling a story. I'm whipping my son because he's been for the past 6 months been disrespectful to my wife, my daughter, the whole family. And it was just a good story, man. It was good. It was good. That one spot when when Dom flipped him over He did like a what was it like a power bomb, reverse power bomb, whatever, and Ray hit his face. I was like, oh
Yeah.
damn. What you think, Mr. President?
I thought it was dope. From the entrances down to
Yes, cakes.
T Rock. Come on.
Yeah, he ain't lying, bro.
He ain't wrong, but damn.
Yeah, he ain't lying, bro.
uh the entrances to the in-ring action to the story, everything about it was A1.
Yes, sir.
This is what I feel like the women's match could have had and should have had, but I loved it. Even the Bad Bunny spot I thought was
Oh
pretty
God,
cool.
yeah, that was good.
And it made sense.
Yes.
And then I feel like you're setting up something future down the line.
Oh yes.
But I got to admit though, the irony throughout that match for me was like you said when Aaliyah Ray's daughter got involved. I think it's mad funny how like in storyline Dominic's girlfriend is Rhea Ripley. In real life, Rhea Ripley is dating Buddy Matthews. The last time Buddy was in WWE, they were trying to pair him up with Aaliyah Mysterio. So
Facts. That was a fact. That was terrible.
I still think that's crazy every time I think about it.
That's very ironic too, ain't it?
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible. I like and I wish that they push it more. Is I like Santos Escobar. He came out with the LWO back when WCW with Eddie Guerrero. Another tribute to Eddie Guerrero. That was awesome. And I see maybe I'm booking early as hell, like early. War Games. Legado del Fantasma. LWO versus Judgment Day.
Normally when they do the War Games match, isn't that normally a 6-man, like 6-on-6? So you have to get some other people involved, but I could see it. I'm gonna be real with you.
It was teased. Somebody's gonna join Judgment Day. Somebody else is gonna join. They have to because Rhea's going to SmackDown.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. But there's something on the rumor mill about that I don't know if I want to spoil just yet.
Okay.
One of my big takeaways from this match, and this is where I take my hat off to Dom, my guy. We're the same age. We're only 11 days apart in age, so that's always my guy. Like if I was in the WWE, that Dom would be my dude.
Right.
The main thing I loved about this match was I felt like proved to himself and to the wrestling world he doesn't need to be carried by Judgment Day to have a good match.
Absolutely.
Judgment Day stayed away from it. It was just him on his own with Ray. And I understand people want to give him a discount because that's his father. He's been training with him his whole life. I get it. But to have him on the biggest stage of them all, stand on his own 2 feet, 10 toes down, and handle his business without the assistance of his running mates, I think was really cool. And I felt like it's kind of like Dom's like graduation moment, if you will. Like this dude is legit. He gonna be one of them legit second generation stars that the WWE loves to promote so much. So put a bow on it, Big A. What's your grade on this match?
I'm gonna give it A+.
Okay.
A+. All around. Great story, great match. For Mysterio's like 47, 48 years old. Great for his age. Not as high flying as he, was, but he did what he could. He did Rey Mysterio things, but safely. I'm with it. And shout out to Dominic, man. Dominic is really becoming an established pro wrestler, and he's really, his promos is great, and I think he got a bright future.
Oh yeah, got a bright future.
If Triple H ever or Vince ever bring back the cruiserweight division, he should be right there at the top.
Please don't.
I mean, just if. I know. I agree. I don't agree with
WWE has proven that they cannot do a cruiserweight division, whether it's the Attitude Era, the 2000. No,
they don't book it right.
No,
no, they don't book it right.
Respectfully, hell no.
Fact, exactly. Because then you have a 250-pound guy going for the cruiserweight title. What? It's cruiserweight. Matt Hardy. That's what I'm saying. When it started, when you put Matt Hardy as a cruiserweight title. I mean, cruiserweight champ, and then it went gone, and then Enzo. Oh boy, it just Santos Escobar.
it had legitimacy when Neville had it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Santos
he was
Escobar too.
only
He was good with it. He was
yeah.
good with it. Don Camille,
Uh,
multiple. I see.
yeah. With some more season under his
Yeah,
belt, yeah,
a
I can
lot more
see it, Philly
season.
G.
A lot more.
I give this match an A minus.
Okay.
Like I said, I thought it was really cool. Like whether you watch wrestling on a regular basis or we're only taking out for WrestleMania, anybody could get involved in that match and enjoy it. Following the action, knowing what's going on, like the storylines, everything just very clearly developed. So I give it a solid A minus. I ain't mad at it. All right. Now we get into the real good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope y'all still hanging in there with us.
Finally.
We get into what is arguably being called the best title match of night one, and also being called one of the greatest women's wrestling matches in the history of WrestleMania. The Eradicator, one of the OG members of the Judgment Day, my fellow 1997 baby, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
This is my brutality.
Challenged the infinite time women's champion, everybody's favorite daughter, Charlotte Flair, for the SmackDown's women's championship.
RoboCop.
Big A. Talk to him, man. What did you think of the SmackDown women's title match? Did it exceed your expectations?
It did. I mean, I knew it was going to be like a show stealing type match because Charlotte Flair, she's Charlotte. Real quick, Charlotte Flair is how can I say this? When it comes to pay-per-view, she's just phenomenal. I gotta get it to her. Like she just had the greatest matches on pay-per-view. I don't like the politic where she comes in and just get a title shot or whatever. But as far as pay-per-views, man, Charlotte Flair always put on a tremendous show. Shout out to Rhea Ripley. She puts on a great show as well. I mean, I'm with it, man. That match was it was hard hitting for women. It reminded you of a New Japan match. New Japan match. It was very hard hitting. Those women was hitting. They was very stiff, very very stiff. That DDT. I think I texted you on that. I said, man, Rhea Ripley sold the shit out of that DDT from Charlotte Flair. That was a selling job out the chain. That was like Dolph Ziggler levels. How she sold that one. But again, it wasn't really what the greatest thing about it, Mark, is it wasn't no heat in this match. It wasn't really no build up. But they came out and they had a banger. And I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Shout out to hats off to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair for that, man.
It's like I told you earlier. Sometimes having a great storyline is great, but sometimes just having a really awesome wrestling match,
yes, sir,
is really all you need.
Totally agree.
I'm incredibly happy for both women to finally get the opportunity and the stage to show what they can do. Because I don't know if you remember, this is actually the second time they've had a match at WrestleMania. The first time was in what I call the Forgotten WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That took place in 2020 in the middle of COVID in the Performance Center with no audience.
Yeah.
People kind of forget about their WrestleMania because of that. But they had a pretty darn good match then. So to see them on that grandest stage with all those people in attendance to watch them do what they do, and not only did they deliver, they delivered in spades. The match it was like a snowball going down a mountainside.
Yes.
As it kept going on, it was just getting better and better.
Yes.
The energy was there, the hits were there, the dramatic finishes were there. Like it was a couple of times in the match, I'm like, damn, they're gonna let Charlotte retain again.
Yeah.
And then Rhea kicked out, and I was so happy.
Me too.
and then the riptide up the top rope was pretty darn cool.
Classic.
I didn't think I was ever going to see something like that.
She did that same move to win the NXT title when she beat Shayna Baszler. The same move.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good callback.
Yeah.
My house Shayna is falling, but we'll get to that tomorrow.
Facts.
But yeah, I definitely feel like this match is seriously. I know the term instant classic is thrown around a lot, but this is definitely one of those instant classic matches that when you're down the road and you just want to watch a really good wrestling match, this is when you're going to go to showcase like this is what women can do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you had to grade it, I feel like I know what you're going to go, but if you had to grade it, what kind of grade are you going to give it?
An A.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a hard hitting, very hard hitting. Again, they turned, I ain't going to say chicken salad and chicken shit, but I mean, I'm just saying it wasn't no heat and there wasn't no build up, wasn't no story. Because Rhea Ripley was busy with Dom and, in that Rey Mysterio feud. So she didn't really have time to feud with Charlotte Flair. And they kind of crammed it in at the end a little bit, try to at least get some kind of heat. But yeah, no heat, no nothing, but still great match. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. A plus.
I don't know how many women's matches WWE's ever put on where like it was so hard hitting that the two women walked away with war wounds. Like Charlotte had the little mark on her face after that German suplex, and when Rhea was smiling at the end, I'm like, did she chip her tooth? Hey man, that's showing like women can hang just as tough as the men, and they definitely deserve it. So it gets an A plus out of me.
But you know what though?
Genuinely one of my favorites. What's up?
But you know what though? Charlotte Flair after the match, she was laughing outside the ring and all that.
Yeah.
You know what that says to me? I have it back in 2 weeks.
Well, if I can go ahead and adjust the rumor mill real quick, Charlotte's actually taking time off to pursue bodybuilding, from what I've heard. So it may be a little while before we see her again.
She gotta eat. You gotta eat.
In regards to the titles, they had a segment on Raw the night after WrestleMania where Rhea and Bianca met in the ring and had a little face to face. What I've been hearing on the rumor mill is allegedly,
right, Philly G. What?
Allegedly, WWE is considering unifying the women's championship again. So if they do that, Rhea wouldn't be bound by a single brand, which probably would allow her to still run with Judgment Day. But
it's a bad idea because if you're gonna do that, you got to do that with the world title.
I feel like it makes more sense with the women's title than the world championship because, like we were saying earlier, the women's roster is low key a little bit thin, with so many big names departing, and especially if we lose Bayley because all the Vince mess, your women's roster is going to be even more depleted. So it might be a good idea for the time being, just until the women's roster regenerates itself.
And she was long story short, but she was upset because they didn't main event night one. Are you kidding me? Really?
Who was that?
Charlotte Flair. She was upset. She was on Ari, forgot his name, but she was upset, dude. She was upset because she thought that it should have been over Sami Zayn and the Usos. Are you kidding me? That's the biggest story of the year.
I was gonna say if the Bloodline joint was on another night or just wasn't in the cards in general, she would have a very valid point.
Yeah,
but because of the Bloodline storyline generally being one of the greatest storylines in wrestling, and geez, I don't know what since the NWO. That's going to take the cake. Speaking of, I'm glad you mentioned that match. We had another throwaway match. Pat McAfee came out for a quick little match with The Miz, and it wasn't really too much to write home about. Shout out to George Kittle though. The main event of night one, undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, my boys El Generico and Kevin Steen, taking on the Usos in the main event. Lot to unpack here, host. But how did you feel like going into this match? What were some of your big takeaways from the main event? Did it was it worthy of being the main event?
I really didn't have any take away. The match was all, for the most part was, you know, it was great. Again, you can feel the Sami Zayn is so, man, he is so over. He is like all right, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins. Those three are the most over guys right now in WWE. So for Sammy, you can just feel it, man. His entrance when KO came out first, and then Sammy, it took a minute. I'm like, damn, where's Sammy at? Like, yeah, come on, Sammy. But when he came out, he kind of stalled the crowd. But when he came out, man, you can just feel it. Like that was their night. It was gonna be their night. You could just feel it. Only thing I would take away, might get criticized for this one. Kevin Owens, stop doing the stunner.
I can't be mad at you. I texted you about that.
Yeah, just stop, bro. Find your new finish. Because
I don't know what else he can do. Because normally his go-to finisher was the power driver. You know, that's the ultimate no move in WWE.
Yeah, no, Ring of Honor here to, but okay. I mean, the pop-up powerbomb is just a regular move. You got to come up with something. But the stunner, no. No. Because let me tell you something. The stunner is such a move that even in a video game, you play SmackDown versus Raw and you got Stone Cold and you get hit with a stunner, it's KO automatically. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And it's done already. So it's like that move by Stone Cold Steve Austin was just set up back in the day. It was so set up and so protected, dude, that like you're not kicking out of that, first of all. And it ended feuds, it ended segments. I mean, it ended you, period. And for him to do it, it just doesn't look right. It's not effective. Stone Cold did things to build up to get that move. You drink in the bed, and all of a sudden, bam, he hit you.
It's goaded up there with like Sweet Chin music and the RKO in the sense like it can literally be hit out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he could literally like come out the gate straight out of the match and kick in the gut, stun. It'd be over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just don't look. His stunner looks like. It looks like you want a WCW guy, but Disco Inferno did it too, but he called it a chart buster, and it was more like a sit down stunner. Stone Cold, he hit you with and he kind of loose, and you're gonna do something, you're gonna flip or do something with it. It's Kevin Owens. Stone Cold was just such a great character that you just gotta leave alone. I mean,
well, do you feel like nobody should use it at all, or?
No, I don't think anybody should use it because again, you got to have something behind it. Stone Cold, when he got Vince McMahon, it was something behind it because Vince was doing stuff to him. Even when Stone Cold, when he drink a beer in the ring, which you know it's coming. You know it's coming. That's what I'm saying. You know it's coming, and it's funny because it's always when he hits it at the right time. Kevin Owens, it's just not. It's just like, he's I don't know, man. It's just like a regular move. Kevin Owens make it like a regular move. Let me give you another example. Jake the Snake Roberts, back in the day, the DDT was it was the stunner. The DDT was you not getting out of that. When Jake nailed that DDT on you, you're not getting up. That's a wrap. But now the DDT is just a common move.
Yeah,
it's a kick out move. Well, go ahead.
So you mentioned you don't really want anybody else to use it. Does Ember Moon get a pass for the Eclipse, or Athena as she's known in ROH?
Great question, but she puts a twist on it, so it's not more of she's coming off the top rope, which is unique. I mean, if maybe Kevin Owens put some unique on it, but you can't. Stone Cold will hit you. He used to hit you with one arm. He used to hit you with the one arm, and then he hit you with the two arm. I mean, in the live chat, man.
I see Philly G's comment. Philly G just commented, pop up power bomb with the lumbar check type finish. I ain't gonna lie, the lumbar check is high key one of my favorite moves.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Like between Cedric Alexander and Darren Young, that's legit. That is legit one of my favorite finishes. I put it on all my great superstars.
The splash wouldn't be good.
KO do got to get a frog splash, but Montez Ford has kind of stolen that move and claimed it in WWE. So
and Mustafa Ali's doing it. Everybody's doing the splash. Everybody's doing like a frog. Eddie, Dom,
because nobody prevalent is doing the lumbar check, aka the gut check. I'm actually with Philly G like 1,000%. Like if KO wants to adopt that, I'm all for it. Because literally nobody prevalent is using that move on the roster. So, and it looked good. You know, almost anytime you hit it. My only question is, will he be able to hit it on a bigger superstar, like say a Gunther, or if he ever got put in a match with Omos, or somebody like that? Could he do that move then? But I'm with it. I'm with it.
And what you said was
the lumbar check / gut check. So like the lumbar check is when like the one that Cedric Alexander does, where he turns you and the knees go up on your back. The gut check that Darren Young used to do was like the reverse, where he would just drop you straight down and you be hitting in the chest / rib area.
Is that more of a finish though?
They would use it as a finisher. I think it's a really good looking finisher if you ask me.
I don't know, man. Kevin Owens, he's like a fighter. Like he's booked as like a prize fighter. Like I won't give like a knockout punch or something like that. I don't know. He's a tough cookie to try to give a finish to.
If it wasn't banned, I could say you give him like the muscle buster. You can give him like a power driver.
I got a good one. The Death Valley driver.
The Tommy Dreamer version?
Yes. No, Perry Saturn. Oh, okay. You want WCW. Damn. Well,
no,
Tommy
Perry
Dreamer.
Saturn, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm with it, but my only thing is when people compare it to the AA, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got no point.
But anywho,
gotta get it over.
Yeah. Back to the match though.
Okay.
I just want to say Michael Cole on commentary. Dude is literally he's reaching JR level right now. Like now he can be like unhinged and enthused and whatnot. Is literally giving good old JR vibes.
Absolutely.
JR was at his peak.
Absolutely 100% agree.
Shout out to him. I low-key lost it when he pointed out when during the match when the Usos hit the 1D on KO and Sammy, Cole was elaborate on commentary. Is another feather in his cap. Like nobody's ever kicked out of the 1D, and it got me thinking, like, has anybody ever kicked out of it? Like, wow.
Facts.
So his enthusiasm, the crowd, the in-ring action, because all four of those men have wicked chemistry. It seemed like the Usos can have a damn good tag match with a broom and a mop, and it'll be pretty damn good. But the best part about it, though, the crowd got to go home happy, man. KO and Sami Zayn pulled it out. They got the win. Pin the Usos 1, 2, 3, and are your new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. So,
what about the setup, though? What about the setup, though, Mark? How did you? Let me ask you. How you? Let me agree, Philly G real quick. The best Velveteen Dreams. Oh God, yeah. I agree.
Oh boy.
I love me some Velveteen Dream, bro.
Philly G, I don't like you right now, bro.
I wish Patrick Clark did not have such a bad rap. Oh my God, he's a great wrestler. I miss Velveteen Dream, but I know.
Money on the main roster, bro.
Money. Do you understand, Mark? Money.
Not to get off subject, ladies and gentlemen.
This is talk to
y'all don't understand, bro.
Yes.
The way Velveteen Dream was booked in NXT, whether he was winning or losing, he was the star of the show. He stole that spotlight and that attention. It was all on him.
Hands down.
I swear before wrestling Jesus, if he would have gotten to the main roster and been booked the same way that Triple H booked him in NXT, man,
dripping Intercontinental Gold, dripping Intercontinental.
He would have been a Grand Slam champion before it was all said and done. In my opinion.
Yeah, he was good. Man. The selling was good. The best two matches I've ever seen with Velveteen Dream was when he went against Ricochet. And you remember when Ricochet jumped out of the ring,
Yep.
didn't even
It was
touch
like,
the
copy
rope,
that.
and went
Copy
right
that.
in his face, bro. And Velveteen Dream was like,
He was shook. For the first time, he was shook.
that's when Ricochet was really booked good. He was North American champ. He was booked great. God, Triple H, man, that black and gold I miss. Holy smoke. And the last one was that feud when he told Aleister Black to say my name. That match right there, I was like, yo. And then Aleister Black, who don't really say anything, said his name out of respect because of that match. Whew. Well, that's what the fans we want. That's what we want.
Is the type of character. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
Velveteen Dream, low key, the type of character that would have made the maximum male models work. I'm just like, man,
tremendous.
I'm just so mad. Like if I could wave a magic wand and make one moment in wrestling happen, and Philly G would back me up on this. Philly G, can you imagine WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all? You got Velveteen Dream coming out to a match, and Russell and Flo is doing his remix of his theme song while he goes to the ring. With all the pageantry and man.
I'm with it. This WrestleMania, if he was there, it probably been up there. It probably would have overshadowed Seth Rollins. It would have overshadowed Seth Rollins. Easy.
I'm gonna get emotional, bro.
I feel you, bro. I feel you because Patrick Clark, man, I haven't seen anybody act character like that since he was like a Shawn Michaels ravishing Rick Rude type dude.
Quite literally, it was like if Prince was a daggone wrestler, bro.
Yes, he nailed it. Money, bro. He'd have been dripping Intercontinental Gold, dripping, bro. And that's the beauty of Triple H. Triple H had that black and gold, that NXT black and gold. It was only for 1 hour, and I tell you, I was glued to it like this.
Right.
I was glued, bro.
Can you imagine like how over the top Seth freaking Rollins versus Velveteen Dream could have been?
Oh man, sick.
At WrestleMania with all the glitz and glamour, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whew, man, that got me fired up, bro.
I know, bro. But to go back to
Dream, man.
But to go back to what I was saying, man, what really set this match up to me, I knew, and you could, my emotions was there. Those 3 Aluva kicks. When he nailed those, and you could see Kevin Owens, you could see the facial on Kevin Owens. You could see it. He was like, "Oh, we about to do this." And when he nailed that second Aluva, and he had Jay, and he put him back in the corner. And when he nailed that third one, and he stood up, he's like, "This is it." And I said, "Oh, this is it. This is it right here." And he nailed that third one, and he got that pin.
To have that moment between Jay and Sammy,
that was
just made it even that much more special, considering like the storyline history between the two of them. Like,
I agree.
Fans, if you haven't been paying attention to the Bloodline storyline, I really feel bad for you.
Yeah, man.
Genuinely, this is like top 3 wrestling storylines all time, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
And just all the history between the two of them.
Oh God, yeah.
And the passion was, that was just phenomenal. And I also liked how in the match, I don't know if you remember it, Jay hit Sammy with a haluva kick of his own.
Yeah, he did.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And that was the moment where I'm like, That was like when thought crept in my mind, like, oh, but the Usos gonna retain you? Hold on now. They can keep the bloodline intact. But the right team won.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal match, A+ effort to everybody involved.
Absolutely.
It didn't need the elaborate entrance.
No.
It just had the storyline and some phenomenal wrestling. So
Uzi Vert, why?
I
Why?
was gonna avoid
Why?
talking about that.
Why Uzi
I
Vert?
I can explain to you, host. It was a setup for next year's WrestleMania. Lil Uzi's from Philadelphia. Philadelphia's hosting WrestleMania next year, and his song is really hot right now. So, but yeah, it could have been put on the pre-show if you ask me. I texted Big A when the moment happened. I was like, he probably don't know who the hell this is.
I didn't know who in the hell it was. My wife had to tell me who he was. My wife knew who he
uh,
was. I didn't. I didn't know who he was, bro. I didn't.
yeah,
I know some kid come out with spike looking hair and with some, their teeth all jacked up or whatever.
Hey, he used to have a pink jewel, like a ruby, implant in his forehead back a couple of years ago. So,
Mm, mm.
but overall, Big A, how did you feel about WrestleMania Night One? Was it what you expected? Did it
It
feel like
was.
WrestleMania? Overall, what are your thoughts?
Oh man. Overall, I would say a great WrestleMania night one. Something that we the fans, wrestling fans, needed. And shout out to Triple H for his booking. Very, very good. Even the match card and the order of it was great. Very good. He had the crowd up. He had him in the middle. And he had him down in a second, but he brought it back up with the Sammy. At the end, he had a good go home feeling. Man, I was with it, man. I would say that is the best WrestleMania match, man. It's just like emotional since 20. No, I say what 34. Daniel Bryan, the Daniel Bryan one.
When he beat Batista and Roman
Yeah,
and Randy.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
big.
that was 30.
Yeah, that was 30. That was New Orleans, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that was a beautiful set. I love. Oh man, that
yeah.
was a beautiful set, man. I love that WrestleMania set.
WrestleMania XXX.
Yeah, man, I love that set. Oh, that was the year Taker lost. Oh man,
Yeah,
that sucked. But yeah, the setup was just nice. But anyway, yeah, man, beautiful, beautiful. Everything was booked. Shout out to Triple H. I really enjoyed it. Night one was just it was classic, and that would be to me that would be one of the greatest top 10 WrestleManias of all time.
for sure.
Hands down.
This was the first time like watching WrestleMania a number of years. This was like genuinely the first time it felt like WrestleMania in a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
We come such a long way from where we were at in
Kofi.
2018. Hey, right.
Gotcha.
We come such a long way since where we were at in 2018
Right.
when Takeover was the real WrestleMania, more than WrestleMania was that year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You're right.
from the stage to the arena to the fans, the in
Mm-hmm.
ring action, the storylines,
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania Night One this year definitely is up there top 10 all time in my opinion. It had everything that you expect out of WrestleMania. And it genuinely felt like WrestleMania. So
Yeah, you're right. And I
my
agree
hats
with you.
off to
Takeovers was the WrestleManias. I agree with you.
for a little stretch there, yeah, because
Yeah,
it was
you were
that
right.
bad. But
Takeover Brooklyn. Jesus.
this year wasn't the case.
Ooh.
WrestleMania was definitely back on its throne.
Mm-hmm. I
So
agree
so
with you.
that's night one, ladies and gentlemen. That's night one. Come back to us tomorrow because we got to go over night two. You know what I mean? You got to go over night two at WrestleMania, get back to reality. But
Mm-hmm.
appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. I've been your host for the evening, young Mark. That's Big
Boy,
A.
boy,
Big A, you got something you want to say to him?
yeah, man. Before we get out of here, man. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Jabari McIntyre. Jabari McIntyre, man. No relation to the Scottish Warrior.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, man. Mr. Jabari McIntyre. He is one of the admins over at the Nation of African American Wrestling LLC. Lucky Year 7 group. It's a wrestling group on Facebook, man. He is one of the admins, and on behalf of myself and the host of the Real Sports Podcast, man, we really, really want to thank you, sir, for allowing the show to be posted in your group, and we really appreciate that, and and allowing us to get this show out to a lot of wrestling fans that's in your group. So, we really, really appreciate that, man. We appreciate the love. Appreciate the love.
Definitely.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. All right, Mr. President, you the before I go, is Mr. Positivity in the building?
The
Uh,
power of positivity.
Snoop.
The long lost fourth member of the New Day.
Drew to the game. Drew to the game, man. Drew to the game. What's up, baby? What's up,
Hey,
man? What's up, baby?
I
What's
agree
up?
with you, Drew. Snoop definitely stole the show, but we gonna get to that tomorrow when we go over
Oh
night
yeah,
two.
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
watch out.
Should I tell him tomorrow? Or should I go? Or you go? You got it. Should I tell him? Or
So
you?
we'll be here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Going over WrestleMania Night 2. We got a lot to get into, man. Might as well go ahead and get out the way. But come on back. Let us know what you thought about WrestleMania Night 1 in the comments. Also, join us tomorrow. Let us know what you thought about Mania Night 2. Were you happy at some of the results? Do you think some of the matches are underrated that we thought were overrated? Let us know, man. Talk to us. That's what it's all about. We want to hear what you guys think as well. But definitely come back with us tomorrow because we got another fire show ready to go for y'all. So if you like wrestling, this is the place to be. So on behalf of myself, young Mark, and my partner in crime, the best tag team partner in the world, Big A, we coming for the undisputed tag team titles, KO and Sami Zayn. That's our show for the evening. We are out.
Yeah.